Well, let's start with the story that broke on Sunday night. Justin Herbert has surgery, torn labrum, left shoulder. Led to believe that he injured the shoulder in the Rams game right at the end of the season, and obviously played in Denver. So you got the torn labrum and the fact that he played half the season with a fractured rib cartilage, and the kid still threw for 4,200 plus yards and 25, 26 touchdowns. What a resilient, tough guy player he is. But he's had the surgery. It's going to take about 3 months. They do believe by the time they get, if there's no setbacks and no complications, he'll be ready for the OTA workouts in the month of May. So that's good news there. The other news happened really, really quickly overnight. Kellen Moore hired as offensive coordinator. History. This kid was a great college quarterback at Boise State. Went to the Detroit Lions as an undrafted free agent, banged around a couple of years on the developmental squad, went to Dallas as a backup quarterback, played sparingly, retired early, got into coaching. Smart guy, real smart guy. I don't understand this, but he gets fired in Dallas, and the Chargers immediately do a Zoom call, and I think he was probably at the top of the list. I'm led to believe they may have already asked for permission to interview him even before the playoffs started. Kellen Moore comes to Los Angeles to run the Justin Herbert run offense. In Dallas, they were number one in offense in 2019. Kellen Moore, Dak Prescott. They faltered a year ago, and then this year they were number 4 in offense in the NFL. He's got a lot of heritage and legacy as an X and O's bright guy. However, everybody in Los Angeles, all these Charger fans, the 12 of them, they're going crazy that this guy's going to be a difference maker than Joe Lombardi. The difference, though, from Kellen Moore, what he called in Dallas versus what he is inheriting with the Bolts is really different. And the difference is he does not have a power running game. And what made Dallas's pass game so good, Ezekiel Elliott. And then for a bit, Tony Pollard. He's got Austin Eckler, but that's not a power run game. That's going to be a big challenge. What made Dallas's offense great when Kellen Moore was calling the plays? Tyron Smith to every one of those other Pro Bowl guys along the offensive line. Outside of the injured Rashawn Slater, do you see any of that wearing the lightning bolt on their helmet?
No.
So at this point, step forward. They'll approach it a little bit differently, but he doesn't have quite the same weapons going to the Chargers that he had with the Dallas Cowboys. But he's bright, smart, highly, highly respected despite what just happened to him in the last 48 hours in Dallas.
Well, we talked about how the Chargers wanted to bring in bright lights. And so he's one of those guys. And yeah, I remember him from Boise State. But I mean, look at this guy on the screen. I mean, these coaches are so young. I mean, does this kid even shave yet?
Changing of the guard.
Yeah, totally a changing of the guard. And Brandon Staley is a young man. So, good on these guys. Hopefully they can pull it together. But, going back to Herbert, remember we were talking about his mechanics weren't quite right. So he had that torn labrum. That's the same injury that Fernando Tatis Jr. had, I think, right?
But it's opposite shoulder.
Okay.
Justin Herbert's left shoulder, not his throwing shoulder.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, still serious, but interesting, because we were commenting also about the rib cartilage and was that affecting his mechanics? Well, good on him just to kind of get squared away. And so he'll start clean, start fresh in the new season.